Shout outs to Heineken behind me with the umbrellas. We see you. We see you. It's 2023. You already know. Uguti, if you can drop the bag, that umbrella behind me will be open. And you know we get thousands and thousands and thousands of views on this podcast. So anybody that is not advertising on any podcast right now and they're calling themselves a media company, you're hustling backwards. This is 2023. Mainstream media, it's like it's cool. It's got its own space in society. But podcasts, this is 2023, so get into podcasting. Heineken, we know that you've got the bag, and we know that you've got those campaigns rolling. You can see that umbrella behind me there. Let's open it, man. Let's open it with a nice bag. Just come drop a bag here, and let's just better the quality of this podcast. What's wrong with you guys? Why are you pretending as if you don't see what we're doing online? Anyway, sending you guys love, and the marketing team and the branding team. If you guys need some dope ideas there, you know, the Grootman is here. I'm always willing to help assist, take the brand to higher heights and where it deserves to be. Because I'm that big homie, you know, I do it for more fire all the time. I'll give you guys a beautiful, beautiful daily plug, actually. Bati, she is a South African queen. You guys know her. And I actually did not want to introduce her first, but I mean, ladies first. You know, to some of us, chivalry is not dead. Chivalry is very alive. And we are acknowledging our queens. South African, she's a South African stage and television actress, best known for her role in the popular TV soap opera Mubango, SABC2, graduated in journalism at Boston Media House. And then I didn't know actually that she's from Soweto, by the way, for those who don't know. Umdana se Soweto, umdana se Kasi. But anyway, she has been pushing in the industry as an actress. She is a musician as well. She came into a production called The Game, playing the character of Pretty Kumalo, and she has worked alongside actresses like Abu Mama Leleti Kumalo, Mary Twala, Umama Wetu, Cindy Dlatu. She's also been featured in productions such as Sheila's Day, stage production, Appella. So she does a lot of work. If you are a South African, you definitely know her work. You know her social responsibility initiatives. As my phone dies, can you please go charge it for me? And then I want to give and do a thorough introduction because my phone is dead. Yeah. I'm gonna ask for T's phone so that I do a proper introduction.
Phone, please.
Give me. Oh yeah, give me the phone. People, I want you guys to know who we're hanging out with. I love introducing people with their profiles.
I appreciate it.
And by the way, I've just bought myself a black of these Tiani tracksuits that they're wearing. I just dropped is it two bands? Is it $2 grand?
Well, close to.
Yeah, 1 point?
1.6. Exactly.
1.6. So yeah. I just bought a black one. Yeah. So I don't know how many of you guys are buying. We're gonna put the link in the description. Just click on the link. It'll take you to their sales department where you can cop as well and look fresh as us. So the next episode you're checking me out, I'll be rocking that one. I rock local all the time. Right now this is Utaki Bafetu. Let's show love. Okay.
Yes,
TV, host, actor, model, presenter, motivational speaker, and then she does a lot of influencing work. She is from Harare in Zim, attending prestigious institutions such as St. John's Prep, St. John's College. Jeez, man. His resume talks about his discipline, his leadership skills, his life skills, talks about him being a quintessential 21st century gentleman with a strong home base, pillared upon love and legacy. From a background of being an athlete, it is here that he found his calling as a leader, a captain at St. John's First. Oh, you play basketball. Yeah, by the way, guys, he's tall, like taller than me, like very, very tall. He was also vice captain of the first rugby team. He was an active leader. This is back in his school days. He'll tell us a lot about that. But right now, let's get into the author, the actor, the presenter, the personality. TINO, CHINYANI, no systems. Guys, welcome to the show. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I just had to give you guys the intro that you deserve.
Nah, we appreciate it. We definitely appreciate it. Yeah.
Great work, my brother. I think great work, Sebo.
Thank you. I appreciate it, my G.
Yeah. For those who don't know you, how would you like to be known by the audience of this podcast? You know, we do interviews all the time. Don't feel like you have to repeat yourself because it's not the same people that are listening to us. Yeah.
I think ultimately, as much as I want to be remembered for my work, I want to be remembered for being a great father more than anything. I think ultimately the things that matter to me most are the things that can't be bought, the things that can't be attained in a material sense. And I always say that I'm the most wealthiest man in the world because of the family that I come from, the family that I have. Everybody that is around me has made me who I am. That's what I want to be remembered for, being a beautiful family man.
Congratulations, my brother. Your introduction or your profile says you were raised from a family of love and care. And you're a person of leadership. Tell me more about your parents, because the person that you are says a lot about the type of home you come from.
No, definitely. So from where I come from, my dad is a chartered accountant by profession. My mother's a nurse by profession. But I think ultimately the beautiful things that they taught me was how important family is at the end of the day. And that no matter how difficult life gets, as long as you've got a strong foundation and a strong support system, there's literally no wrong that you can do in this life. And I'm so appreciative of the fact that they taught me what it means to work hard. They taught me what it means to be a gentleman. They taught me what it means to love and care for those around me, and more so build something beyond myself and beyond my time. And I give thanks to my father for that, because these are lessons that were imparted to me from a very young age, but they've lasted a lifetime. So for that, I'm very thankful.
Siblings?
Siblings, 3. Older sister, married, 2 kids, living her best life, building a beautiful home. Younger sister doing university in Mauritius, loving it, enjoying it, misses us dearly. And my little brother is actually at my namesake school now, and he's actually in Form 2, which we would call grade 9 this side. Yeah. That's all of them. Yeah.
Form 2.
Form 2.
Yeah, Form 2. Generational. Guys, you know what I'm talking about. You're not saying
context. I think I needed to put a little bit of context there. Yeah. No, definitely, man. So ultimately, for me, family is everything, and it's literally tattooed on my chest. It's family over everything and God above us all. And at the end of the day, I just want to be remembered for what mattered most to me, and that's family. Yeah.
That's dope, man. Yeah. It's amazing that you guys bring this family conversation, because when we're sitting there, you were telling me, Guti, you are here about your brand, you are here about family, about love, and about legacy. Yeah. I'm impressed. SIMPHIWE.
Yeah. Thank you.
And congratulations on everything. I think that's where I want to. That's where I want to start first.
Yeah.
Let's start with your new brand, TINO.
Yes.
I just copped myself a tracksuit. So you've just. But you've just bagged yourself an unofficial ambassador.
Now we
So I need to know what to say to the people when they ask me.
No way we trust this ambassador.
TINO is a brand that is dedicated to our son. He's 3 years old.
Happy birthday to him.
Happy birthday to him.
Happy birthday.
He'll watch this video one day when he's a teenager.
Yes.
One of my birthday.
For us, the TINO brand is a family brand. We're trying to say that having a healthy family is still cool. Having love in your family is still cool. Yeah. This is a brand that we are creating for our son and for our legacy, and for him to one day wake up and say, wow, this is something special that my parents created for me. And we're also releasing a song for his birthday, as a gift for his birthday. The song is also called TINO. I think he's changed our lives so much.
Drastically.
So much. And he means so much to us. You know, I always say this, he's my hope. God answered me. He answered my prayers when he gave me TINO.
And you come from Soweto.
Yeah.
What does family mean to you?
They're big on family.
Very big. I'm literally obsessed with family. I don't have a lot of friends because I'm very close to my sisters. There's about a 2-year gap between my older sister and I, and a 3-year gap between my younger sister and I. And my parents raised us in a way that we know the importance of having family, because they're very genuine. And we have realized that our family is not normal, because everywhere we go,
hey, if anybody's watching this, please endorse a reality show immediately. You are missing out on quality entertainment, my darling. Please do the right thing.
We literally go everywhere together. We're always together, and when we do fight, we just fight today and then
tomorrow they're all turning up together.
We're all turning up together, you know. And I'm grateful that our parents taught us that, because I know what unconditional love is. I know that from my family. I know that when I'm going through something difficult, they're going through it with me. You know, when I'm hurting, they're hurting. When I'm happy, they're happy with me. You know, and nothing can ever replace that.
True.
And let's come back to TINO as well. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that you guys both touch on family structures.
Yeah.
You know, when you talk about a black family, I can relate because we
Yeah.
grew up Sbaningi.
It takes a village.
But then we're all growing and starting our own families,
Yeah.
which is a beautiful thing, which is what you guys are starting.
Yeah.
And tell me more about Tutiani
Oh, where do I start with that boy?
and just parenting.
I think the truth about Tiani is the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yep.
All of my energy, all of my charisma, my people skills, my ability to connect. Tiani is a superstar in his own right with just his ability to connect with people already. I have never in my entire 28 years of living seen anybody that has more fans than that child. Like, it's so funny because I feel like he's the superstar of the family. We're just, you know, Tiani's parents, but it's so funny because he brings warmth and he brings so much light in every room he walks into. He always comes in with the biggest smiles, with those dimples of his. And it's so beautiful to see him take after us so much. He's so energetic. I mean, it's so funny to the point that we even get complaints from the teacher that he's just doing too much. And I literally look back now and I'm like, that's exactly how I was as a kid. So to see that he's so full of life and so full of energy, such a loving child, so generous, it's beautiful to see, man. And I think one of the big things about having children is just being able to impart and imprint on them. And I think the love that we've instilled in the home is something that he already shares amongst his peers. I mean, I was so shocked. We go and drop him off at his aunt's place, all the little girls in the complex, and they're like giving him hugs. Like, he hasn't even stepped foot on the ground. And I'm like, ah, damn. Oh, so you that guy. I didn't know. I genuinely didn't know. So it's so beautiful to see him just be a chip off the whole block, man. Like, that's us. A character and a half. That's all I can say. Like, yo, yeah.
The joy that is brought to the family.
Oh man,
Unmeasurable.
Unmeasurable. I mean,
Unmeasurable.
even when you're having a bad day, you know what I like about him. He's very loving.
Yeah.
You know, and he's
has a
very
sense of
touchy.
humor.
And yes, he does have a sense of humor. He loves hugging, he loves kissing. So even when he can see that you're not okay, he's one of those that will come and be like, Mama, what's wrong? I'm like, oh, okay,
So
now I'm fine,
sweet.
I'm okay. Just because you asked me that question. But he is a blessing. Like, I'm known as Tiani's mother now. I'm not known as SIMPHIWE. I'm like, after 16 years in the industry,
It's after the
now
fact.
I am known as Tiani's mother and not SIMPHIWE.
But isn't
after
that beautiful,
building
though?
that brand.
But isn't that beautiful though? Like, it's beautiful.
It is. He's only been here for 3 years. He's taken over my life,
years
over my
old. He's
brand,
3 years
over
old.
everything. I'm like, okay, in 3 years, I'm Tiani's mother. I'm not
That's that. It's
SIMPHIWE
done.
anymore.
Yeah.
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 And I liked what you said in the beginning of the interview.
Yeah.
You said more than anything, you're a father first.
Definitely.
And that's beautiful. You're intentional about your life.
Definitely.
And that's what I always encourage guys to be out there. Guys, what has happened to Black Love?
Yeah.
I think
On international platforms, on television, on movies.
it's so sad to see.
That's
It's
why I'm
actually
like,
so sad
wow,
to
what a
see.
breath of fresh air. This is a great interview.
Yeah.
I want us to go deeper into this family conversation.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What has happened to Black Love, guys?
Exactly.
You know, the thing is, and I always say it's so sad, you can always see who comes from a family of love. Just the way they behave, the way they interact, the way their mannerisms are towards other people and how they treat other people. It's so sad because the truth of the reality is a lot of us, and I speak for the general demographic when I talk about black people, they come from a lot of broken homes, a lot of broken structures. We've had a lot of homes where it's just the mother raising the child. And in some cases, it's not even the parents that are raising the child, it's the grandparents that are raising the child. And it's so sad because in that disconnect of relationships not being founded on having both the mother and the father structure in the home, not to say that a single parent can't raise an equally capable and an equally loving child. It's just that I feel like it takes two and more so a village to raise a family. And it takes so much love to actually instill within a child so that when they grow up, their value system is based on love. And it's so easy to see that when people value money and they prioritize money and not so much relationships, but clout and their affiliations above what really matters, which is love, I feel, at the end of the day. And I think it just needs to go back to a place where a lot of people need to ask themselves, what are they trying to do beyond themselves? What are you trying to leave when you're gone and you're dead? And even not so much dead, at your funeral, don't you want the people that to be saying such beautiful things? And the people that should be saying those beautiful things should always be the people closest to you. So I feel like it starts there. Once we start getting into a situation where as parents, as lovers, in relationships, once we start being toxic to each other and start realizing there's a bigger picture to it and that we're trying to do something beyond ourselves, I think the family structures will definitely change. But we have to separate from this, let's raise the child alone, I can do it by myself. No, you need people around you. You definitely need people around you.
I think so too. I think it's Kohlisiwe.
Yeah.
And we are very smart in explaining ourselves, in our excuses, so to speak, for lack of a better word, and in explaining ourselves. But you can't explain family away. Yes, I understand we all have got problems in every family, which we deal with it differently, but you cannot really just desert your family, bro. Like it's like me now when I hear of a guy who's not there for their child, I'm like, but you're a guy, bro.
Doesn't sit well with
like, how do you feel though when you see us post our kids, when you hear us talk about our kids? Do you know what I mean?
How do you feel on Father's Day?
Do you know what I mean,
like, don't you feel empty?
But also, not only that, I also think for some reasons the mainstream agenda is just about breaking us up. And I'm still going back to the black family, the black family unit. 100%. And I'm sure you guys had to dive deep into that topic before deciding to publicize your public collaboration as a family.
Yeah. I mean, I come from, I'm blessed to have both parents, you know. I always say this to young girls, it's so important to have a father figure.
Definitely.
It's very important because it shapes how you love, number one. It also shapes how you perceive love. And also, I say this a lot. My mother taught me how to love. My dad taught me how to be loved.
That's so
beautiful.
Beautiful.
How I deserve to be treated. So he was my first love, and whatever man comes into my life, the standard is already set. I know that this is how I deserve to be treated. This is how I want to be treated, because my dad used to open the door. My dad opens the gate if I have to leave. My dad treats me a certain way, so I expect that treatment. And also just being a role model, teaching me that you need to be an independent woman. You need to get everything that you want, work for everything that you want. And also just being there for your daughters, man. It means so much.
Sure.
It means so much. I think my dad has shaped me in so many ways. The work ethic I learned from him. How I relate to people, the respect. He has taught me to respect people irrespective of what they have. You know, it doesn't matter. You greet a cleaner, you greet a CEO, you greet them the same way. You treat them the same way, because it's about respecting people, you know. So I feel like dads are so important in daughters' lives, especially. I think a lot of people think, no, sons need their fathers, but daughters need their fathers too, you know. So just a family structure is very important, and I think it's the foundation that we need as people.
Did you guys have to talk about going public with your families? Because you understand how much of a big thing it is, right?
It was and let me tell you, I think they love the attention, you know, because I don't know, my mom is a people's person, you know, so she comes back with stories all the time of her friends and her colleagues, and they're telling her about what they saw. So I think they're actually enjoying that knock-on domino effect of the fame. And it's so beautiful because they've taken to being Tiani's grandparents as well. Because as much as they were known as whoever they were, Tiani's been so pivotal in all of our lives. And it's so interesting because we had Tiani during COVID and nothing was the same ever since. All of our families have known such a deeper connection, such a deeper love, such a deeper relationship ever since then. And I think it all comes back to what you're saying when we talk about family structures and you growing up in love and me growing up in love. It's so easy to see that trickle-on effect, and it's been so beautiful to experience, definitely.
And I think in terms of going public, it was a difficult discussion. Because I've been in the industry longer,
for a minute,
I knew how the
Especially
public was
South
going to.
Africa.
I knew.
'Cause you
I
guys,
knew,
I
knew,
The toughest crowd.
So
the toughest. The toughest.
I kind of tried to explain it to Tino and be like, listen, not everyone's gonna love you. People are probably gonna attack you. Even, I am South Africa's sweetheart. So now there's this guy that
Who is he now?
Who is he?
This one?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Like what? I was waiting for my turn.
Yeah.
But South
Now
Africans
there's
are gonna
this guy.
love you guys also, guys.
And they do.
Let's talk about the love they give
They
us.
did.
They did and they
honestly
still
did.
do.
They love,
They honestly
bro.
did. But I had to prepare Tino for both the
Yeah.
love and how overwhelming
True.
it was gonna get. I think
Yes, I like that word.
Yes,
Overwhelming.
yes,
Yeah.
it was-
Nothing can
it was-
prepare you.
nothing
Yeah.
can
That's the
prepare
truth.
you.
I don't think anyone has that. Sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
Nothing can prepare you for what comes with fame.
Yeah.
Nothing can prepare you for the attention that comes with. It's one thing, and that's why I feel like fame these days and fame back in the day was two completely different things. Fame back in the day, you could go and be an actor, you go on screen, you go on or you're an artist. The only time you
Sorry, I'm gonna bother you.
No problem.
This is such an important convo. I don't want to, but I'd rather have you hold this mic
Shut
like
up,
me,
no
like this.
pressure, I don't mind at all. I don't mind.
Family convo, man. Family, guys. Black love, man.
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk about this. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I'm definitely sure they can hear you now.
Just checking.
Because he's tall, he's too far from the mic, so I'm not sure if you guys are hearing
These are
him.
the challenges that we have to face at these altitudes. You know what I'm saying? At a certain level, you don't have to worry about it. You get what I'm trying to say. You get what I'm trying to say.
Sure.
Let's not be too technical. But as I was saying, back to that conversation about fame, it's a difficult conversation because back in the day, you only engaged with your fans when you were at shows, when you were doing media appearances, whereas now the fans have 24/7 access to you. A fan from halfway across the world can tell you anything that is on their mind. And that's the scariest part about social media, because we have now opened ourselves up to all of these opinions.
Exactly.
And it becomes a different level now when you're like us and we're very public and proud of who our family is. People are always looking for something to attack. As much as you will be loved, there will be people that equally as much hate you for no better reason than beyond the fact that they just don't like what they see, or maybe they can't associate with what they're seeing. And sometimes when they don't associate with what they're seeing, it's easier to demonize it than it is to love it. So that's the unfortunate truth about fame at any level these days, you know?
Yeah.
They say sometimes instead of people being reminded of you, of who they can become, it's vice versa. You sometimes remind people of, unfortunately, who they couldn't become.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And they can if they want to.
They can.
But they
It's
choose
choices.
to be offended by it.
It's choices at the end of the day. And I think a lot of people, the unfortunate truth is they've made the choice as well to give up on themselves. A lot of people have so many unfulfilled dreams, so many unfulfilled hopes. I just turned 30. I can't do it anymore. I just got married. I can't do it anymore. I'm 40. I'm too old to chase that dream. And I'm like, how can you say that? I never saw Morgan Freeman as a young man on my TV. I never saw that. I mean, like, it would be
Samuel
real.
L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson. I have known that gen as a timer since he started. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I always say to people, like, you never know when it's your time, so don't give up. It doesn't matter what comes. I know sometimes you have to prioritize, but that doesn't mean you should give up on your dream. Just because you have to decide on that 9 to 5 doesn't mean you should give up on your music career. It doesn't mean that you should give up acting. If that's what you truly believe you are destined to do, chase that purpose. You're obligated. If the gifts that God gives you, I feel we are only given so that we can share with the rest of the world. And that is our purpose here. It is to love and to give that God-given purpose to the people. So if you're not chasing that dream, you're just doing yourself a disservice. You can't be mad at somebody else for chasing their dream.
When did you come to SA?
SA's was 2030, we're 2023 now, huh?
Yeah.
So it's been 10 years. 10
Oh,
years.
it's been 10 years.
So I came to South Africa as soon as I finished my high school. I studied at Monash, double major in marketing and management.
Shout out to
And
Monash.
Shout out to Monash. Yo,
You killed it.
Great memories. Great memories.
Yeah.
Wild memories. but
You were a
memories
young boy.
nonetheless.
Now
And
you're a grown man.
Now I'm a grown man. You know, 10 years, I look on the journey. I look at the love, the hate, the lessons, and everything in between. And I'm so thankful to have been received in such a manner. I mean, even when I look at SIMPHIWE's family, coming back to the family, they've welcomed me like I was one of their own, like I'm from their own mother's womb. And that has been so beautiful to experience and witness. Coming into the media space and entertainment and being on television as young as I was, it's been an amazing journey. I can't fault anything that's happened to me, good or bad, because I wouldn't be sitting here today if I didn't have those experiences.
It's beautiful. And you being in the industry And obviously, I like what you're saying when you're talking about how possessive or how very involved with your life sometimes your fans can be.
Yeah.
And I don't like calling people fans, but I'm talking about those who really, really love you
Why?
and adore you,
Why
right?
don't you like calling people fans?
I don't know. I
It's
just
I think it's just a general term. It's not a bad word.
It's not a bad word.
Not a bad
And
I don't think it's a bad word too, but
Yeah.
I don't like using it though.
I think the
Yeah.
better word then would be community. I
yeah,
think in
maybe
our own respective,
supporters
like-
of community.
Yeah,
That's
also
what
our
I'd rather
community,
say.
I think we garner a
Yeah.
community as we grow with our brands, you know.
Yeah, I know what
You
it
know
means.
No,
It's
I
just
know-
that
you
other
know
people
why
Other
interpret
people
it
perceive
differently.
it, no,
Yes.
definitely.
And
Yeah.
it's
It's
not
not
a
like
bad
Like
word.
manje
I
sithi
think
America
No.
You have to be PC, you gotta be
And
politically
that's my
correct these days, so you
problem.
gotta be careful around it.
And that's my problem about South Africans.
Yeah.
We are taught Ubuntu, but we're never taught to be confident. We're taught to be humble. But abasifundisa ukuthi, listen, when you get to a point where you've achieved your dreams, you are a celebrity, you've done all of that. You can literally, you need to take it in. Take it in. Soak it in and say, you know what? This is the dream I wanted to achieve and I have. I used to say to my family that I'm not a celebrity until people call me SIMPHIWE. For as long as they're still calling me by my character names,
Truly.
I am not a celebrity. You know? So because for me it meant they just know the person I'm portraying. They don't know SIMPHIWE. You know, and they don't know what SIMPHIWE has achieved. Now people call me by SIMPHIWE. I'm a celebrity, guys.
I made it.
I am going to accept it. I am going to soak it in. I am going to be within and take it in and say, guys, you know, my fans. And it's not a bad thing that I've got
Yeah.
fans because people come to me and they say, I am your biggest fan. I don't say to them, you are my fan.
But shout out to those. But shout out to those. Yo, SIMPHIWE. Let's go to my biggest fan.
They do that. It's the funniest thing ever, you know. But I believe in accepting, especially if you've worked hard.
Definitely.
Take it in, soak it in. It doesn't mean that you are being arrogant. There's a big difference about between arrogance and being confident. Being confident means I know I am good. I'm good at something. Arrogance is saying I'm better than everybody.
And I feel a lot of people get that misconception very wrong. People want you to be fake humble and not appreciate how far you've come.
Yeah.
They don't want you to celebrate your success and your achievements. And I see it all the time. I think just as a reference, is Casper. Casper is one person who's achieved so much in his career in such a short space of time. When we look at the American dream, I want to be a rapper from the hood, make it, the cars, the lifestyle, the mansion, the house. He did it.
Did it?
He did
Exactly.
it. So you want him now to not be
Celebrate
proud
it
and,
and
and
not be
celebrate
proud of
it
it because-
and not call him by himself a success story? No, guys. Let people flourish. Don't be mad because they did it. Like, also embrace them. Because the thing is, you must also wait your turn. Clap for others until it's your turn to be clapped for. You will never get that clap if you're always mad at the next person for doing better than you. It doesn't work like that. And I feel like the problem is with a lot of people, we have it comes down to psychology. We have this misconception that if you're doing better than me, we're in competition with each other. Same industry, same field, but we are not in a competition with each other. We're in a competition with poverty. We're trying to break those chains, those generational curses of always having to lack. Why can't we prosper as a people? Why can't we prosper together as a people? Once we start garnering those conversations, it'll be a different Africa we look at.
What is a celebrity according to you?
According to me, I'd say a celebrity is somebody who's excelled in their field and has now received notoriety for the fact that they are a star within their field. I heard this great conversation one day, and this gentleman once said that Hollywood isn't a place where you go when you become famous. Hollywood is a place where you go when you become successful at what you do. And I think that's so true because you don't just get celebrity actors and musicians. You get celebrity doctors. You get celebrity businessmen. And that's what it's about. It's about the fact that you excel in your field so much that other people draw inspiration from you. And I think once we start to take away from the mainstream and modern day idea of what a celebrity is and go back to what it should be about, the fact that you give more to people than I would say you take or would hope. But it has to come back to the fact that you are excelling at your field. and people look up to you, and that's why you deserve the title celebrity.
And it's also just about accepting that you've achieved your dreams.
Definitely.
You've achieved what you wanted to achieve. There's a moment that happened in my life that made me realize that you actually worked hard to get to where you are. I remember growing up, my family didn't have like a lot of money. You know, I don't come from a well-off family, you know. And I remember there was a school trip in primary school. The kids were going to the SABC. You know how there's that school tour every now and then. And my parents couldn't afford to take me to that trip. I couldn't go to the SABC. And about a couple of years later, I am at the SABC, and there's a group of kids that are coming in. And I literally looked at them and I was like, I wasn't even one of them. I wasn't one of them. And yet now they are here to see me as SIMPHIWE NGEMA. Those are the small achievements that made me feel like, you know what?
I made it.
I'm a celebrity. I made it because I know what it took for me to get to where I am. I know the amount of work it took for me to get to a point where people don't call me Thuli anymore. They call me Sims NGEMA. You know, and it goes back to me saying you need to embrace it.
True.
Embrace the hard work that you've done. Embrace the fact that you are now here. You have made it. Let the sun shine in your face.
Amen.
Allow it to shine in your face, you know, because in life we go through so many things. Life is difficult. You have to celebrate when you can, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You know, as much as you need to learn from your challenges and your pain, you need to learn from your achievements and your happiness.
Boss.
Yeah.
How have you dealt with pain?
Sure.
How do you deal with pain?
You go through it. Everybody goes through something, and you can't get over pain. You can't get under it. You have to go through it. I tell people all the time, you need to feel what you feel when you feel it. That's you being real. Whether it be on a public platform, whether it be like in your privacy, you need to deal with the things that you're going through, because a lot of people make the mistake of pretending that they're okay when they're not. And that means you're just prolonging your healing. You are literally prolonging your healing. So for me, I've always been the person to say, even if I'm not feeling well, even if I'm going through something, I will put it on my social media. I don't mind, because this is who I am. This is what I'm going through right now. I believe in living your truth all the time. There's so much freedom in living your truth, because you were saying
that again.
Amen.
there's so much freedom in living your truth, because you're saying to people, I don't care what you think. If I'm going through it, I'm going through it. And I don't care what you say. I am going to go through my pain, because I know that nothing in life is permanent, not even life itself. So I know that I'm going to get over this pain, and I know that joy will come in the morning. So I'm going to face everything that I need to face, and make sure that I learn from it. Like, don't go through pain just in vain. Learn from it, and learn that because you have conquered, you can conquer again.
Amen.
But the greatest art is created through pain. Have you experienced that?
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I always I'm one person who always takes my pain and just I create music, I dance, I give it purpose, you know. I think everybody knows that I've been through so much, you know, in my life, and what saved me was remembering who I am and remembering my passions. So it meant I had to remember that I am a musician and create music. I had to remember that I am a dancer and start dancing. I had to remember that I am an actor and start pouring into the characters that I've played, pouring my pain into my music, you know, doing things that set my soul on fire, things that remind me that, oh my gosh, you are so good at this, things that give you a reason to live. And I always tell people, do not forget your passions. Do not forget who you are, because they can save your life.
True.
They can save your life. Like, there is something about doing something that you love, something that you're passionate about, and feeling like
Ignites a fire within you.
oh my word, it ignites something in you. It gives you a reason to live again. It gives you a reason to want to
wake up in the
face the
morning.
world, to want to wake up in the morning, you know. So for me, it's very important that if you're a writer, if your talent is writing and you're going through something, write about it. If your talent is singing, sing. You know,
Definitely.
dance, put it somewhere. If you're a designer, make something.
Create.
We are so fortunate to be creatives that we can do all of that. You know,
Definitely.
in our own spaces. And I believe that God has given each person a talent for a reason. Your talent is not just supposed to make money for you. It's supposed to carry you through the difficult times too.
I like that. I punchline, bro.
No, no.
She's a rapper, aren't you?
It's like, okay, like, go
Say
on.
that again.
Your talent is supposed to carry you through the difficult times too. Yeah.
I always say to people, and this is me, this is what I've always said, Uguti, what you let people into as far as this public space is concerned. You're the same one that tomorrow is going to come and say, but that's my personal life. You guys must draw the line. But I believe we invited them into our personal spaces in the beginning.
Yeah.
Agreed.
What do you say about that?
I agree with that 100%. The moment you decide you're going to be a public figure, you need to understand that it comes with a lot of pitfalls. It comes with its own demons, because when you're a public figure, the thing is, people also feel entitled to every aspect of your life. So it's about managing their expectations versus your reality. You have to know when to strike the balance between what people perceive and expect of you and who you really are. I feel like the disconnect happens with a lot of artists when they start to pander in more to what the fans think they should be and not who they really are. Never forget who you are and where you come from. If you can keep that balance, you can go far. The moment you start living for everybody else's expectations is where things go downhill. And that's what I just believe about the game.
And how has fame been so far? How have you been able to handle it? And your star is rising every day.
Every day. I love it. I feel like we were all made for a purpose. I feel like I was built for this. I feel like I was made for this. Everything I've ever been through, I mean, even growing up from high school, before even being in entertainment was even something that I conjured up and thought about, it has always been upon my shoulders, and I've always felt like a lot of people have always had great expectations of me. People have always talked about me ever since a young age. So it was those kind of things that I love, because it had prepared me for where I am now. And it gets harder the higher you climb, but at the same time, every step you go through prepares you for where you're going. And a lot of people forget that. You need to embrace it at every level. And I always say the easiest way to remember or remind yourself who you are as you grow bigger is to stay with the people, not all of them, but the ones closest to you that always remind you who you are and where you started. If you have strong roots, your tree will forever grow. And I feel like the tree only falls once its roots are weak. So you must always make sure that you're closer to your family, your boys that you knew from Ikasi, from the hood, the niggas that you grew up with, that made you you. All those experiences are what makes you a strong individual as you grow older. If you can hold on to that, nothing can ever shake you.
Yeah.
It's so incredible that I've just had this conversation a few days ago with a friend who was saying to me, Smooth, you know, my brand is so attached to the people on the ground that I've done so well because of being so relevant and being so... I speak to them. I'm one of them. I'm them, and they think my business and my business is theirs. It's actually theirs. They treat me that way, but it's also because I don't communicate my success. This is what he was saying to me, and then he was saying to me, but now I feel like I want to start communicating that the business is doing well. I want people to know that the business is prospering. I want people to know that the business is now at another level. And I'm proud of him, because obviously we're closer to him. We know how well he's doing. But he doesn't also communicate it out there. It seems like it's just... and then I was like... And then he says, with the marketing campaign, and he just tells me about this marketing campaign that they're busy with.
Yeah.
And then he says, but moving forward, that's just what I want to start communicating, success. And he gives me examples of people who are doing that out there in the social media space and the media space. And then I said to him, but those people, those ones that you've been with all along, that you like the way you've been, that's what's working for you. Why you gotta start?
Don't alienate yourself now.
But he says to me, no, but I have to communicate growth. They must see that we're growing. But I'm like, but you know that. Do they really have to know that? What do you say?
I say do what you're comfortable with. If it's what you really want to do, do it. I don't care about what people think of me. I honestly don't. Like, I am going to say, guys, if I achieve something, I'm going to say this is what I achieved. You take it how you want to take it. You can either be inspired or threatened by me, but I never go unnoticed. So I'm going to make sure that I communicate everything that I feel comfortable to communicate about, and if you're comfortable about it, if you're not if you're uncomfortable, it's not my fault. My light shouldn't
dim yours.
It shouldn't dim yours. And why is my light shaking your demons? Why are you not getting inspired that a young black woman is doing something? Why do you have to say, why does it happen to her? Why is it not happening to me? You know, just receive it and let's move.
True.
I get you.
Let's move. I'm not now going to dim my light because when you're uncomfortable about it.
I get you.
You don't know what it took for me to get to where I am. So I believe your friend should just, if he feels like he wants to put it out there that, guys, this is what I've achieved, he should do that. He should do that. He should not be afraid that people are going to be saying this about you. People are going to be saying this about you, because
people are going to talk anyway.
People are going to talk. People are going to talk. I don't have a problem with what people perceive me as. I don't care about the reputation. I don't care about my reputation, because I know what my character is. That's what's important to me.
And I know that's another punchline.
Not reputation, because reputation is who you think I am. Character is who I am, who I really am. Yeah. So you can think whatever you want to think about me. I know who I am.
Definitely. And I feel like it's a big problem a lot of people face with success, exactly as your friend is. I think that as you grow, you must grow into environments that will nurture your growth. I think only staying in environments that you think now, because you've grown and you stay in those environments, they only pull you back to where you were. And one classic example of this is I Blew It. Like, shout out, I'm a big fan of the show. If anyone wants to bless me with some money, I would not make those same mistakes. And I'll tell you why. Because the one thing I've always realized
no, he is. Hey, yo.
I watched all the
seasons. I watched all the seasons.
Please no.
And I will hustle to make sure I don't see me
on that show. Please, I beg, my boy, I beg. And the one thing that I always realize about that show is people don't grow out of their environments and situations. You made all of this money to stay in the exact same place, to hang around the same people, go to the same places, just to be successful amongst your peers? No. At every level of life, there's a higher level you can achieve. And that's what life is all about. It's about growing into your success as you grow successful. It doesn't mean just because you want to remain real and you want to remain humble that you must stay in the environments that made you. No, you are more than capable to move out of the situations that made you. And why I say this is because, remember, if you ever get to it not successful anymore, just runs out and sign our next.
together a team. I know, Guti, when I say I want a road manager, this is what a road manager does. And whatever business that you go into, learn, know it. This is your baby. Know inspire me, I have to inspire others. There are people that motivated me to be the person that I am today. I need to always motivate others. I need to go back to Ekasi and say, guys, I'm also from Ekasi, because people need those stories. They don't need the story of, okay, SIMPHIWE is a celebrity and that's it. They need to know SIMPHIWE also came from where I come from. If she can do it, it means that I can also do it.
Exactly.
And some people need to know that SIMPHIWE is actually from a background that is worse than mine. So what is stopping me from making it? You know, I always speak to the young people and I say, you guys have better resources than we did.
An abundance
I
of
mean,
resources.
when I was 9 years old, I knew where NSA was. I knew where the acting schools were. I knew where performance schools were. And today, I find kids that will DM me and ask me where the acting schools are. If you are DMing me, it means you've got data to Google where NSA is, to Google where the acting schools are, but they're not using those resources. Instead, they want to be on Instagram, be on TikTok, be on all of those social media platforms and not use the resources that they have to actually achieve what they need to achieve. And these are the talks that we need to have with young kids and be like, the world doesn't owe you anything. You need to go for your dreams. You need to go for everything that you want to achieve. I remember my first audition was in Durban, guys. I had to drive to Durban. You know, I had to, and it's not that I had the money or whatever, but because I was so driven and I wanted to do this so badly, I had to be like, guys, I need money for this. I need to go to Durban. If it means ngizokubhadala, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to go. And that was my breakthrough, you know. So you need to tell our stories so that people can relate and people are encouraged and motivated and they see that, oh my gosh, I can also do it. I can also become that person or even better than them. So we always have to say, Uphumelele Kushini, I made it. Uphumelele Kushini, you can also make it.
Do you write, bro?
I do.
Okay.
I do a lot. Mostly music these days because I want to be able to write something that engages people. You know, I've never been one that likes to preach. I don't like to preach. I'd rather live my experience in a way that is it can be received in a form that people can enjoy. And I remember growing up, I used to write a lot. You know, like even my mother used to ask me, like, what are you always writing? And for me, it was the best way to express myself. And I feel like a lot of people these days, like, they don't tune into those outlets and those sources of release and sources of outlets in terms of you have so much access to release all your thoughts, your emotions, everything that is going on within you. And writing for me helped a lot, writing and reading, because it made life more compact, if I can say. It made life more digestible to know that as much as that is going through my mind, and sometimes it's a lot, reading and writing gave me that platform to just be able to release it all. And when you can read it back, it makes life seem so understandable, but more so manageable. So I feel like writing and reading is something that everybody should engage in. Doesn't matter what level you're on. You need to get to a point where you look for positive outlets to release the energy that is going on within your own life. Once you do that, life becomes a lot simpler.
And your musical relationship and writing?
Loving it. So let me tell you, as far back as 2003, 2002, my sister and I would literally get CDs for the soundtrack to Bad Boys 2, Cisco's Thong Song.
Yeah.
We would literally print out lyrics and we would literally have karaoke for our parents. And I can remember vividly, we actually hosted a show.
I'm sure the thong song.
We didn't perform the thong song. But it was so beautiful because, and I credit my sister for a lot of who I am today because she showed me it's okay to be who you really are. It's okay to go through things and still smile at the end of the day because you are bigger than your problems at the end of the day. And that's where the music came into. Life is music. Life is rhythm. Life, especially as African people, we have so many stories to articulate. And what better way to do it in a rhythmic sense where we can share and make people feel through what we share. And for me, I just have so many stories to tell. She'll tell you. I'll tell stories all day if you give me the chance. And I just wanted to be able to share that in a manner that was digestible and something that people could enjoy and be like, this is so profound and so powerful. Like, I felt like this 10 times over. I felt this when I wake up through that heartbreak, through that loss, but I can relate because it's being sung to me. And that's where the music came into. Music gave me a platform to be able to share all my stories in a manner that was quick, easy, and also very enjoyable for the people. Yeah.
Music?
Yeah.
And I'm talking about your relationship in music. Sure.
Well, our relationship in music, he's the one that wanted us to do music together. I mean, I've always done my own thing. He does his own thing. We don't do the same sound. No, it's not the same. But we just wanted to do something special for our son because we are creatives. We're both creatives, and we both love music. It's what we wanted to do.
It comes naturally.
I think that was the reason behind us doing a song together. But otherwise I would have done my own thing and you would have done your own thing, you know. It's what we're both passionate about, and we just took advantage of it, and it was just like, this is what we're gonna do.
And what are you currently working on?
I am currently working on my acting. I've got productions that I'm working on. It's actually a premiere. We're actually going to a premiere today for YOLO. YOLO is playing tomorrow, 24th of June, on Zansi Magic, channel 161. People can also check out Abom Kulu that's on Showmax. I also just did E365 that was also on One Magic.
You've been on a roll this year.
She's putting in work.
She's been going off. Like,
Putting in
going
work.
off.
Yeah, I've been blessed to be on 4 productions already. Just this year, you know, and I don't.
And we're
I don't-
only in June.
I don't take that. I don't take that for granted because you know how
It's a
work
blessing,
is.
man.
It's a blessing. It's a blessing. You know how it is in our industry. You know, and also I'm working on my music. This is the first release for this year. The song Tiani. And it's a song that we dedicated to our son, like we said earlier. And yeah, my music. And then my sister and I own a mining company. We supply mining and engineering equipment to mines in the West Rand and also in Marikana. So also working on that. So it's quite a few things that I'm
That's a dope industry to be into.
It is.
Yeah, she
It
must
is.
learn it more, bro.
Yeah.
Big bags. I am trying
That's
to
big
be,
bags,
We're
man.
I'm trying to be a professional house husband. Do you understand now? Do you understand now? I'm trying to live soft.
Oh,
Trying to switch up the.
That time you're such a workaholic.
I'm such a workaholic.
Oh my gosh,
I'll work
no.
hard in the household. You know what I'm saying? Come on, I'm watering the garden. You see, yeah, dinner's cooked. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, Jens. You speak about equality every day. Like, come on. Nah, I'm playing.
We were just talking just behind the scenes. The last time I saw SIMPHIWE emceeing together at Dr. Daphne Mashilenkosi's event. She does a lot of incredible work through the Stanley and Daphne Nkosi Foundation. Incredible work. And we're just talking about how much of an inspiration Mama is.
She is. What do you think I'm in mining?
That's exactly what I'm trying to say to him. Bro, she's going for those big bags.
Biggest bags.
She inspires me so much, and she's just like a black woman who's from the hood. You know, I that's why I say that we need to inspire other people. I've got a woman, Daphne, who have inspired me to go into mining, and she's from a Soweto, and I'm just like,
I'm also from a Kasi, Soweto,
you know,
yeah.
I mean, so, and she's like a woman, a black woman who is doing it. So what is stopping me from achieving what she has achieved? You know?
There's no limits.
There's no limits.
And let's talk about your current project.
Current projects right now, we're working towards the EP. EP is coming to, it's actually done. We're actually done. I'm super excited for it. We're dropping the EP end of July. I'm working on a very interesting role. Ladies, I know you're going to hate me for this role. I am the bad guy. But it's coming to a screen near you. I'm very excited about that now. We're looking to drop the
Clothing brand.
the winter collection is coming to you. You're gonna see Spoolai.
Guys, the next episode you'll see. I think I'm actually gonna drop double the bag. So I want 2 pairs. I don't know if it's black and
bro.
white, but I'm gonna
There
check
you
out the
go.
other colors. Yeah.
See, can you be inspired by someone who's buying 2 at a time for you and your significant other, or just for yourself? Please, just do the right thing.
But it's because I can already see the quality.
Yeah.
Like I have not even touched it, but I can see.
Yeah.
Okay, looks like a lot of work has
No,
gone
we
in.
have. No, we pay attention to detail. The one thing about me is when it comes to my craft, I would never put out something that I don't enjoy myself. So that's the biggest inspiration about it. I want to give my passion, my love, bits of my soul that I put into every bit of my work to you guys and extend that Tiani family and to grow the family. Because at the end of the day, it goes back to what we were saying. It's about building community. I want to build a community on love, on family. And that's what the brand and the fashion and everything is about. Ultimately, when Tiani turns 18, I want him to be like, damn, this is all me? Like, that's all me. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
So definitely the fashion's coming through. We just collaborated on the beautiful pieces that's coming to you. The jewelry. Guys, stay tuned, hey? I got a lot for you, hey? Be prepared. Be patient, but be prepared because I got a lot coming for you guys.
So I took local jewelry for granted.
Yeah.
Robot Boy.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy, Robot Boy. We work together at More Fire. He comes to the office and he's like, guys, I'm working on jewelry. I want you all I'm going to do this More Fire pendant.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, but Robot, is there money in
There is.
Yes.
And then after the jewelry was done and he started rocking it on his social media.
You saw
Bro.
the tracks.
Yo, and the orders, bro.
Come on
and
now.
people are willing to pay bags, thousands, bro.
Exactly.
I'm like in South Africa, bro. Yep.
People
There's
got
money in everything.
People got money.
Are you
Don't
going to
sleep
sell
on them.
jewelry?
Of course.
Let's talk about it.
Of course.
Oh, you're already selling? Oh, nice.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
Tiani. Nice, nice.
We've got a lot
Nice.
more coming away. A lot of jewelry.
This is a thicker one, right? The bigger one,
Big
yeah.
workies, yeah.
Nice, nice,
We've
nice.
got a lot of rings, a lot of jewelry coming your way, a lot of bracelets. For me, it's we want to inject ourselves into every aspect of lifestyle. And when we talk about luxury, when we talk about something that you can wear that shows that you are a representative or you're a member of what the family and what the values of the company stand for, this is what we do with the pieces. Everything is very well thought out. Everything is sat down. We sit, we go through it rigorously. Even when she grills me and she's like, "No, you're not going hard enough," I'm like, "I'll go harder. We go harder." And that's what it's all about. It's about giving somebody and everybody a tangible piece of our family that they can take into their lives and be represented by it.
Do you play basketball? Still play? Yeah.
I don't play basketball.
You can't just have this tallness and use it.
No, I can't
You
do
can't
that.
just be mute,
Trust me.
and not use this tallness,
Trust me.
bruh.
I am using the God's. I am using God's gift. So when I say anybody can get it, like you can make another goal. I don't play basketball. I finish it. You know what I'm saying? If you want to find out, you can catch me at Zoom on a Sunday, and we'll see what it's really about.
Nice.
Find me. You should even pull up.
What time?
What time? Just pull up.
What
Just
time?
to
What
get
time though?
inside, just to get
What time do you guys start? Mornings?
Usually 12 o'clock, 1 p.m.
Nice.
We're on the court. Says, pick up, guys. Come have some fun. You know, meet some people, have some fun, listen to some music. It's a good time. So trust and believe. Even you, I'm expecting you next Sunday. I'm expecting you
I'm gonna
next
bring
Sunday.
you guys some more fire.
You better. You better.
I'm gonna come
You heard
through.
it
I
here.
promise.
So if he doesn't
I'm gonna come
through,
through, guys.
I'm gonna hold him accountable. Trust.
Guys, this is so dope. I love you all, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you guys.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, may the brand grow. May the legacy is gonna be realized through the hard work that you guys are putting in. Already you're putting in the work. The legacy is already sorted, you know? And I like the fact that we're intentional parents in 2023. We're telling young people out there about how proud we are to be parents.
Yeah.
We are present for our kids. We're talking about ownership, generational legacy. We're talking about positive things that build people out there.
Amen.
I don't think we're people that thrive on clout.
No.
I think we're people that thrive on positivity, family, love, and I love what you guys are about. May God bless you. Congratulations. Proud of you all.
Thank
See you at Zulek. Last words. Let's inspire those youngsters out there, bro. Like, I want you to look. Let me start with the lady.
Yeah.
You know they're going through the
Yeah.
most. You and I
Yeah.
both know.
Yeah.
You've heard of suicide cases. You've heard of the unemployment rates in the country. You know young people are going through. Even though those that drag us online, you know that it's not about It's not personal. They're not dragging us. They're reflecting their own pains and
Situation.
hurts on us,
Exactly.
you know? So speak to them. Look at them and speak to them. Which camera, the top one or the bottom one?
Top or bottom?
The top one.
Like, I'm just gonna say to you that everybody's going through something. Don't feel like you are the only one that's going through something. And remember that people are not going to post their problems. So don't feel like people are doing better than you. Just stay in your lane. Do what you need to do. Live your truth. If you are feeling down, feel down. If you are feeling down, speak to someone, and just know that you can always conquer. Nothing is permanent in life. The pain that you're going through is not permanent. You are going to conquer. Somebody has been through it and they've conquered it, so you can do it too.
Siyabonga SIMPHIWE. Brati, speak to the guys out there, man. Speak to the young boys, young teenagers, young hustlers, man.
You don't know how powerful you are. You genuinely don't know how powerful you are. You don't understand how much your experiences, your situation, your family, and even your shortcomings can inspire the next individual. You have and have been given every gift, every resource. Doesn't matter if you're from Eastern Cape, doesn't matter if you're from Congo, doesn't matter if you're from Venda, if it doesn't matter if you're from Zim. You have what it takes within you to be successful and to change your family's narrative. Don't ever sleep on everything that's ever hurt you, everything that you've ever thought was a disadvantage. Those things that you think are holding you back are every reason that you deserve to be successful. Those things are every reason why God has chosen you. Trust and believe in who you are. Let doubt fall far away from your ideas and your imagination and your creativity. Believe in your path. Believe in the God above you that channels you, that directs you, and that guides you. You're chosen. Don't ever forget it.
Oh, man, that is dope. And before I let you guys go, I can't let you go without having to ask you guys about the immigration issues, because we know the friends, the family, the cousins, the brothers and sister, the mother and father, the relationship that Zim and South Africa have. It's been in the spotlight, I think more so now than ever before. And I think maybe let's talk a little bit about that issue as we wrap up the interview.
It's been so painful to watch, I must admit, from somebody that's very big on community, from somebody that's very big on family. It's been so sad to see what's going on, more so because South Africa loves to preach Ubuntu. I don't see it being practiced. And it's so sad because I agree with you, but you're looking at the wrong scapegoat at your problems. We need to address and hold the people accountable, the governments that govern you, the people that should be employing you. You can't tell me that you're looking for a job and you're upset at the fact that a Zim guy is coming to be a waiter. It can't hurt you that hard, because the employment and the resources should be available for you to go even further beyond that. You in your country should be looking to be in that 1%. Look at the people that govern and that control those sectors. You can't be mad at your brothers that are trying to build with you. And for those that do come in and do have a detrimental impact, they do need to be addressed. There's two sides to every coin. I'm not going to come here and boast about we are this and we are that. No, the ones that are coming in here and they are doing detrimental activities and they are participating in crime need to be held accountable. But for those that are genuinely willing to build, for those that are genuinely just trying to take care of their families, let's build together. At the end of the day, we are so much more powerful together than we are divided. The whole United States, the whole EU came together as different countries and different states to become a greater singular power. Why can't we do the same?
SIMPHIWE?
I'm just gonna say, where's the love? You know, for me, I come from a family that taught me how to love. Love beyond race, love beyond sex, love beyond countries. Like I fall in love with the person and not where you come from or whether you're black or white or whatever. I believe that is something so important, and that is something that needs to be taught to people. People should be held accountable for what they have done, like Tino said. A lot of people will be like, oh my gosh, you are dating somebody that's not from our country and this and that and that. You don't know who he is. You don't know where he comes from. You don't know that he is indeed a good person. I always make this example, and it's such a painful thing to say. People judge me for dating somebody that is not South African, and they're like, why didn't you date a South African man? And I'm like, but it was a South African man that killed my husband. So what are you trying to say? Are you saying all South African men are good and all men that are not from South Africa are bad? What are you trying to say? You can get good or bad from anywhere. Hold people accountable for what they have done, and also celebrate people for what they have done and who they are, not because of where they come from. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
And then lastly, I think though this narrative is downplayed a lot about how loving and incredible South Africans are. I know, as you're saying, there's good and bad everywhere.
Yeah.
But I think there's more good people out there than bad people. And South Africa is a great country. And I kind of feel
In the
this
world.
conversation, sometimes it messes up the reputation of our country.
Yeah.
And what has
The
been your
narrative.
experience about from that side of love from South Africans?
And let me tell you, I can tell you from my inception here, I have received so much love. It almost hurts to see what I see online, because
Yes,
my
in reality,
online experience
and the
is
reality
not
is
my
different.
real life
Exactly.
experience. I have made friends for life. I've met brothers and sisters that I'm going to carry with me for the rest of my life right here, who have never had any sort of prejudice, any sort of bias, any sort of detrimental thought or idea towards me. And it's so sad, because that's what I feel is being perpetuated by the powers that be right now. Everyone is so adamant and so quick to point out the differences and to point out why we should be separate. And it's like no one's actually having the conversation about why we should be and why we
Together.
are stronger together. Can we start having those conversations more? I beg, like, I don't know, am I a bad guy for?
Come on,
Like,
bruh.
please, like, there's so much beauty in the two countries coming together. Even if we go back to even historic times, how Zimbabwean armies helped in the South African struggle, and vice versa. There's so much beauty in who we are as a people. There's so many similarities in who we are as a people. Once we stop focusing on the fact that government and powers that be are looking for a scapegoat, then you guys will see how beautiful we are together. There's so much that can be learned. There's so much that can be enjoyed from us coming together. Stop focusing on the negative. There's so much to be thankful for. So much.
Thank you, bro. We're ending it on that love note. I appreciate that. SIMPHIWE, end it on love too. To end it on love too. You
Why
know we're a
y'all
loving
put it-
country. And you know Zim is a
Why
loving
y'all put
country
it-
too.
No, I mean, I think a lot of people, because we are a generation of social media, you know, we always focus on what's happening on social media and we forget about reality. In real life, I have never walked out and met somebody who hated on me. I've only experienced that on social media. And that's it. Which means there is so much love in reality. Can we start living outside social
Thank
media
you.
and realize that there's actually a life outside social media? I think we've put so much pressure on ourselves because of social media. We are a sad generation with happy pictures, and it's we need to start being happy in real life and forgetting about the pressures of social media and who's doing what, where, ganjani. Just love each other in real life. If you can, love each other on social media too, you know. And let's practice the Ubuntu that we're talking about, and let's do it on social media and in real life, because unfortunately we can't run away from the fact that social media is a part of our lives, you know. So we need to make it a healthy environment for everyone. I think a lot of depression is coming from social media. A lot of pressure is coming from social media. I think people just need that reality check that, guys, as Pileni, the real life is here, not on
Love.
your phone.
There's so much love.
Not on
out
your
here.
phone. There's so much love, and experience the love that you experience
And
in real life,
reciprocate.
and reciprocate.
Reciprocate.
Allow yourself to receive the love that you get in reality, more than the hate that you get on social media.
Oh, I love that. She's been dropping gems the whole interview, bro. Thank you so much. Siyabonga, guys. God bless you, man.
Thank you.
I love you. Thank you for the love and your time.
Thank
I think
you.
the hustlers
Thank you
out
so
there are
much.
going to appreciate the interview. We'll see you in the comment section. All of the best.
Thank you.
Ngiyabonga. See you guys on the next video. Tiani, don't forget the brand Tiani. I know we say Tiani, but it's Tiani. Dango.